Welcome back to another episode of Baseball, Books, and Banter with me, your host, Nicole. Crowd Goes Wild, or Crowd Goes Mild, depending on how you feel about me. Today's guest is returning guest, and you know what? I'm going to say returning champion because he's been on Jeopardy before. So, returning champion Dale Phillips. We have a really great discussion about the work you put into writing and marketing and doing all the extra stuff, and how it's not just I wrote the book. Now somebody else make me a bestseller. You kind of have to do the work yourself. So that was fairly interesting. We also gave our predictions because tonight is the Super Bowl between the Seahawks and the Patriots. I dug out my gear for this game, so we did put our predictions in case you don't listen to the podcast the whole way through. A, how dare you? B, my prediction is the Patriots win. It will be a close game, but I think the Patriots will lead for most of it. So that's my prediction. Dale also, not that we're homers because we live in Massachusetts, but we're homers who live in Massachusetts. So jumping right into things I'm obsessed with outside of Diet Coke in my Dunkin' cup and my Celtics. They lost today, but they're still my babies. So things I'm obsessed with. Olympic curling is back. And for those that know, every 4 years, curling becomes my entire personality. And I just love the Coreys who are playing in mixed doubles right now, which is new, I guess. And I had my dad here today, and even he was like, oh, I think you should bury it behind the red one. Oh, the rock. Oh, he's going to hit that one to hit that one. You become an expert. And it's fascinating, and I would love to learn. So if anybody knows any place on the South Shore that does curling, I'm here for it. I have the free skate on right now. I guess it's a team competition, so they add up points, and I think USA is in the lead at the moment. So that's kind of exciting. Love our figure skaters; they're awesome. Some of the other stuff I don't really care about, but curling, entire personality. USA is on into the playoffs. The Coreys, and I love them, and I'll be watching them every morning. So if you're trying to meet me for a meeting, I probably have curling on in the background or some random ski sport. I don't even ski. I will say my plan is one of these next couple Fridays in February, probably when kids aren't on school vacation, I'm going to take my first ski lesson at the Blue Hills Resort reservation. It ain't a resort, guys. It's 2 hills. But, for $75, I can get gear and a lesson, and I'm kind of I want to see if I like it. Who knows? I will not be doing anything crazy, but just it's not a bucket list per se, but it's almost a bucket list. It's something I want to do. I also want to go horseback riding in the spring. I haven't done it since I was a Girl Scout, and I think I was terrified then and might have cried. So I would like to do it now that I'm an adult and have full control of my emotions. Another thing I'm obsessed with is Annie's Bookstop. So there's a Raynham store. It was Annie's Bookstop, which for everybody that knows, it's kind of like a used bookstore, and it was all over Massachusetts. We used to go to the one on Cape Cod with my grandfather. We had a lot of books that had the little stamp in it, and he'd come up, he'd read, and then he'd turn them right back in. But Annie's Bookstop in Raynham is now owned by a woman, and I went in there the other day because I had to go to Raynham I'm going to say Raynham 400 times because it's a fun town to say. I had to go in there for some Sisters in Crime stuff down there. It was kind of halfway for a lot of us, or at least middle distance. And I went in, and it was her and her daughter were working, trying to set up a website. It was adorable. And we got to talking, and she bought some books to sell. So my books are down in Annie's Bookstop in Raynham, and I think everybody should go. They have new books, but they also have used books. And I bought so many historical mysteries. So they're back on my list. Another thing I'm obsessed with, Miss Scarlet. I caught up on all the episodes that are currently out now. And there was an episode where, for those that watch the show, if you don't watch the show, tune out because you're not going to understand. It's a historical mystery. She's a detective. Of course, she works with Scotland Yard. And the recent episode was Moses, who was in several seasons prior to this, and Clarence, her accountant. And they just had such a great chemistry. And even the con artist they worked with was really kind of fun. So then the episode after that, I cried because the cop we don't like, who kind of grew on us, he's cranky and cantankerous. his mother passed away, which for those that know, tomorrow's my mom's birthday. So like brings up a lot of emotion for me this week. And but it was good. And then spoiler alert, there was a breakup that was so sad. And I was like, I'm crying in the middle of the night. So those are what I'm obsessed with. Miss Scarlet, check it out. I think it's on its 6th season, so you have a lot of catching up to do. The first couple have the Duke. The Duke left. It was Miss Scarlet and the Duke, and now it's just Miss Scarlet, and I like it just fine. So, guys, there's a stink bug in my house. Why are the stink bugs out? I thought it was cold and they go away. This is the second stink bug I've seen. And it's on the ceiling. And for those that know, I'm 5'4", so I can't reach that. So now I was just going to crawl on my ceiling until I can find it. That's something I am not obsessed with. And so anyway, without further ado, let's get into Dale, because I'm going to try to get that stink bug down, and I'll meet you back here on the other side. Oh, sorry. That's like an earthquake. It's because I hit it with my hand. Anyway, here's Dale.
Also, I said anything that wakes me up is not in this house.
Yeah, well, that's probably smart. No, I'm like, I went the opposite way. I'm like, just wake me up anytime. I'm probably awake. I put on Dateline when I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Or 48 hours. And for some reason, Keith Morrison's voice on Dateline can lull me into slumber.
Oh, maybe I'll try that. Yeah, but you are a cat servant,
but it's also like lulling me into slumber by talking about horrific murder. So
there you go.
Sometimes you gotta. So
missing white woman. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's the husband. It's always the husband or the
always the husband.
Always, or the ex-husband. And
that's because they don't have a butler. Yeah, the boyfriend, husband, ex. Yep,
always the ex. And I have curling on in the back, so it's like very exciting happenings today.
It's like, can you not see this coming? I mean, Jesus, that's some of his friends. I mean, God.
First of all,
his friends are ex-cons. That's a bad flag.
My favorite TikTok this week was a girl going, I figured out how to not be an episode of Dateline. It's like, never light up a room, never have a great personality, never go for a run, never go.
Well, they target specific types of people. Yeah. The ones that they know. Oh, I can definitely get the edge on that one.
They don't target me, Miss. I said,
you would kick their ass.
My cats in my books. I'm like, I'm tired. I have curling on TV. I have cats that are sleeping. You'll appreciate this. I started Simone St. James's most recent book this morning, and I'm going to finish it right after this call because I have like 100 pages.
Yeah, I was pleased because that's not really my genre, but when I read one of hers, I was like, damn, that's good.
And I talked about you last podcast. I'm like, you're the one who got me into Simone St. James.
Yeah.
In that first, when you taught me everything I needed to know about writing mysteries way back when. And now I'm like, she's an auto buy for me. But this time I auto took it out from the library. And I think I was the first one to take it.
Well, you've supported her with, I'm going back to Cape Cod this summer.
Oh, good. To teach?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
I know. Yeah. They want to pay me for a weekend on the Cape. Yeah. Call me.
I was going to say, if you need a place to stay, we have my parents' Cape House, and there may not be people living in there. So
we're staying at the Margaritaville Resort.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Okay, so
I hear that's really good, really expensive, but really like
good.
Oh, if you're not paying for it,
no, I'm not paying. Yeah,
right. Then stay where you want.
Get us in there and give me some margaritas. Hell 100%. Yeah.
But everybody, we've been talking, and I'm going to leave all this in because it was all really great conversation leading up to this, but it's the return of Dale Phillips, author, teacher extraordinaire of the mystery genre and independent publishing, who every time somebody's like, I want to maybe publish on my own, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm like, have you talked to Dale Phillips yet? Because he's like the master of it, because he's done how many now books?
38.
Yeah. All by, not all by
2011. Yes. Yeah,
with your team, as we call it.
Yeah, exactly. I get to choose my team instead of having some 25-year-old editor who doesn't know books, who's only choosing on the basis of what's popular now and what she likes. And it's just like, or some cover artist is like, you didn't even read the jacket copy.
Why are there flowers on this cover? This is not my job.
Oh, you've got the same woman's legs that were on the other cover of the same publisher. Yeah, okay.
She's dead in my book. So Dale, tell the world what you've been up to recently in the past year. I don't remember when our last talk was, but
it was a while ago. Yeah. Oh boy, I've got so many projects. This year I decided to do even more stuff. I'm like, the help books are great, but I think I need to do some online courses to help people. And I was like, okay, so trying to figure out A, content, B, pricing,
Yeah.
C, how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm tapping a few people who've already been there and I also want direct sales from my website. So I got to figure that out. So that, the thing people don't understand about writing, the writing is one thing,
Right.
and then everything else. So I'm going to develop a course to say, publishing is easy, success is hard.
Yeah.
I was with another writer group just this last week, and they were all like, "Oh, I want to do this, but I don't want to do any work." And I'm like, I got some bad news for
Yeah.
you.
This is not the
And they're
field you
like
want to
trying to
go
go
in.
traditional because they think everything's going to be done for them. And here
No,
you go, here's success on a platter. And I'm like, oh God, oh
no.
honey.
Even the popular people,
Yeah,
the ones who are selling a lot have to do something. They're
they do.
not, they have to go on a tour, and yeah,
If you
maybe somebody
look,
else
they're very engaging
organizes
on
it.
social media. John Scalzi is wicked,
Mm-hmm.
like at the top, and he's all over Blue Sky
Yep.
and other social media, just putting that out. I'm like, that exhausts me. But somebody else read my book on success just this last week, and he said, yeah. And he said, I got exhausted. I can't. I'm like, you don't have to do it all.
Yeah, you just have
You
to do.
do what you want to do, but your success depends on how much you want to work. And if you don't want to work, that's fine. But don't complain when you sell
Right.
18 copies
And we
because there are
just,
30 million books out there,
yep.
kiddo, and a lot of them are really good.
Yeah.
So,
And we just had a Sisters in Crime panel about that,
yes, saw that.
where, oh, with Donna Ray Menard, who very similarly, I mean, she's at an age where she's like, I'm not going to do something if I don't want to. So
Exactly.
I'm going to sell at craft fairs because I like talking to people. I have other stuff I like to do, and that's how I'm selling it.
I'm
And
having great success with that.
yeah,
There's a local farmers market, and I got into it just this year, just before the holidays, and that's been a
yeah,
killer. It's been awesome.
especially if you write, if you're a local author for the
Yeah,
area you're in, people love to support, or that you're a local author to where their brother or sister live. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to get this book for them because that's they're
just so.
then they're going to know you. But yeah, if especially if you're the only author or the
And
only
I am. Yeah,
author.
it's all the
Yeah.
cookies and the syrup and the wine
Yep.
and all that. And I'm like, and then books. And I'm like, oh, so what does your mom like to read? And they're like,
Yep.
oh yeah, let me find out. Yeah.
Yep. And that's what it is. You just kind of have to know. And I told Donna Ray this during the panel. I said, a lot of stuff, like the worst thing somebody's going to say to you is no. And I had to learn that.
That's not the worst thing. The worst thing is you
Well,
suck and I hate you and I'm going to kill you.
you can't write. You're the worst writer.
But nobody's ever said that to my face. I think I scare
No,
them enough.
because again, people's opinions of me are none of my business. So
Yeah,
if they want
but
to
I
think
also
that,
don't ask. I don't say, so how did you like it?
yeah,
If
yeah,
they offer unsolicited, oh man, I read your book. I had that last week. And I was working like at the senior center, which I do locally.
love
And
that.
this woman comes up and goes, I read your book, Desert Heat, and I loved it. When are
Mhm.
we going to see more coal? And I said, thank you. We sit in a room by ourselves and we do this stuff for however long it takes to get that book out. All the work. And when someone like you comes up unsolicited and says something like that, it means so much to us. Thank you.
100%. Yeah.
And I didn't
And
even follow up and go, yeah, get on Amazon and write a review.
yeah. Well, you know your audience too. You know who would be the type that could get onto Amazon and write that review. And
Yeah.
maybe
They
the
always say,
senior
oh,
center.
who's your ideal reader? I go, I'm across the spectrum, kiddo. I
Yeah,
got people from, 16 on to
exactly. And
86.
but like you said, especially when it's unsolicited, you're like, oh, somebody's reading it and liking it. And you
Yeah.
get that more personal interaction, I think, at places like that, at craft fairs, at I know I've done the same craft fair. This was the first year I did not do the Abington craft fair because I didn't have a new book out.
I am shocked.
I know, but every year when I go,
Because
people,
everybody in town has bought your other three.
well, that's it. Well, the other two. So yeah, they got to buy that this year. I'll be back because guys, I'll be back this year. I'll have a third book by then, in
Yay.
September. But yeah, it's the same thing. They come up and they're like, oh, I really liked that book. I want more. And I'm like, okay, I'm working on it.
Yep.
It's taking a
Same. Yeah.
while.
And I'm getting repeat business too. Oh, I came
Yep.
4 weeks
I bought
ago
the
and
first
got your
one to
book,
check
and
it.
I need the next one. And I'm like,
And
oh, bless your
and
heart.
you have the market because you have 38 to choose from. So if somebody comes to buy one and they like it, they're going to come and buy
Yeah.
more. I'm like, well, I have one, and if you like it, you can buy another one.
Yeah. Well, if you have a store, are you making it a specialty store with
Yeah,
a few items, or are you going? I have a cornucopia. I
which you
mean,
have a cornucopia,
select what do you like to read? Here you go. There's a bunch of stuff.
right?
Yes, it's nice, but like I said in that other writer group, it's like they don't get it,
They even
and
think,
I'm like, but
yeah,
it's out there. The information's out there. Yeah, but
and to be fair, if some, I mean, they want the success, but there's some people that just want to write, and
but
that's different.
they've got these books sitting on their hard drive and in their drawer, and they're going to spend the next few years, and then they're going to give up. And I'm like, and like I said, I had a woman come up to me a few days ago and tell me this, and that means more than any
Yeah.
trunk novel, any drawer novel, anything you're trying to make perfect. I got the book out and somebody paid for it and
Mm-hmm.
liked it and told me about it. You
Exactly.
know, I don't care. And somebody's like, I want to be on the New York Times bestseller list. I go, A, it's gamed, and
Yeah,
B,
you have
you
to
got a
pay for
problematic
that.
novel, and C, you're never gonna get within spitting
Right.
distance of that.
Right.
So, dear God.
But even but even then, those people, other than it being a rigged system because pay for it and all that kind of stuff, those a lot of them didn't just appear on the Times seller list. They've been writing for years. I mean,
Yeah,
what's her
yeah.
name? The
That's
lady,
after a 20-year career,
right?
and then you got lucky, and then got up
And you
there.
hit a trend at the right time. You didn't
Yeah,
write to the trend. You just happened to hit it when it, like Rachel Reed, who wrote Heated Rivalry. I think it's Rachel.
yeah,
She
yeah.
wrote
Oh,
Heated
that's
Rivalry.
hot now. Yeah,
Right. And
absolutely.
now you just see a million hockey romances, which is fine. It's not
And
my
now it's
thing,
Insta sales for
but
her.
that's it. But she has been doing it for a really long time. I mean, even not all of us are going to be, I hate her, but J.K. Rowling and just
Yes,
tell her
yes.
book and be like,
She
whatever.
who shall not be named.
I see, and I'm not a Harry Potter person, so I feel like I might be a little vindicated. My neighbor gave me the books to read, and I'm like, I don't even know if I want to open them. I hear they're good, it's
Yeah.
fine, but it's
And
not
I'm like, I never liked Bill Cosby, and now I'm like, I am so
right.
justified.
Vindicated, vindicated. But yeah, I think people don't realize, and I know you're a big proponent of, and I think a lot of maybe a lot of people in our community in the crime writing sisters in crime mystery writers of American community are realists. And I don't know if it's because we write real
They
things.
some eventually come to that, and some
Yeah,
never get it. Yep.
no,
Yeah. The
but I
ones
think
that have been published for a while and have talked to all of the rest of the community are finally
yeah,
coming around to, well, this is what I need to do,
yep,
or else you never hear of them.
nope.
There you go.
And I mean, it's the same with probably, you hear the same thing in the music industry too. Like it's
Mhm.
somebody who's been, doing small bars across the world. And then all of a sudden they hit, and this is to the point, you hit one person and that one person's what's going to get you. And I
Yeah.
feel the same way you do. If nobody reads my books, but one person comes up to me and is like, I enjoyed it, that's like worth its
You
weight
won.
to
You
me.
won.
I know. And like I go to the library and I ask them like, how many times have my books have been checked out in the 5 years they've been out? And
Yeah,
they're like 17 times. I'm like, that's amazing.
that's
That means
awesome.
17
Yeah.
people have read this book. And that's not counting on, the ebook, which I know people.
Right.
So
Online, ebook, audio,
exactly.
print. It's like, wow.
And there are so many ways. I think it's a much more democratic process now where as long as you're willing to put in that work, i.e., you have your team, your wife, the pictures, the covers, all that stuff,
Mhm.
you can be successful. Maybe you're not going to be quit my job and retire to the Bahamas successful, but you're going to get noticed. People are going to talk to you. People are going to, I mean, just right before we started this conversation, you're being asked back to teach a class at a writers conference.
Yeah, are you coming? You
Yeah.
want to take the class again?
I've kind of already mastered that class.
Yes, you have, and I use you as the prime example. I go,
I, I
successful author.
I
You
do
know
have a
what?
place to stay there. I can go.
Good, couldn't you? You
But
can just
yeah,
come and hang out at the bar.
I know that might be the
That
more
would be fun.
accurate.
Oh, do
I
that.
might. We'll see. We'll see what I can
Hey,
do.
remember, I am taking you to the baseball game in
I
July.
know.
So
Oh God, Jill, I'm watching the snowfall and I'm like, I can't even think about summer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, we got the big one tomorrow.
That's
Everybody's in Pat's Regalia at the
yep.
farmers market at
Which I
7.
am not today. I'm cheering them. I guess my hair is red, so that's sort of Pat's.
Yeah, that's part of the outfit.
But like I said, I'm in Olympics mode today because
Oh yeah,
I
that's
got
right.
my
I haven't even got
curling.
into that yet.
I got curling on. The U.S. women's hockey won again, so like that's going to be on my screen all day. And also, I'm going to finish that Simone St. James book because it's so good, and I want to return it to the
I love it.
library
Yeah,
because I
she'd
have
be
another
pleased
book
to
to
hear.
pick up.
Let her know that. Say, look,
Oh, I'm
I'm
going
watching
to.
the Olympics. I'm watching all this, but I had to finish your book
I'm going to
today.
post it. I took a picture of it this morning with curling on in the background and the cat laying. Oh, she's being cute. My cat laying on the couch. I
Yeah,
also put a fire in the wood stove because I don't know how the temperature by your place up north, but
it's
it's
cold.
brisk.
It's
Brisk.
very
Is it
cold.
snowy?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. How much snow
Yeah.
do you think you got today?
We got a few inches, but it continues, and it's
Yeah.
big, fat, wet flakes, and it just keeps coming.
Yep, it does. It just keeps going. But that's good because last time it did this, every weekend we had a Super Bowl team. That's not the point of the podcast, though, guys. Sorry, we've
No, but
delved
we do
into
need the non-Brady Super Bowl wins so
yes.
we can say he's over and done with.
Well,
Okay.
you saw my new cat is Cooper May
There you
because he
go.
won the AFC championship game the day I adopted him. So I was like, well, I have
Ding
to
ding
name him
ding.
that. Never had an animal named Brady. That's all I'm gonna
And
say.
Mike Vrabel, the first guy to
I love
win the
him.
Super Bowl as a player and then as a coach.
I
Yes, we
love
need
him.
that.
And my aunt loves him. So I'm like, he just seems so nice. Anyway, um,
Yeah.
anyways, back to
We're New
books.
England. We got to talk a little sports.
But yeah, so I don't know about you. When the weather is like this, do you feel the urge? Do you feel the compulsion to write? Or are you still using it to be like doing your planning stuff? Or
Oh, not at, I write whenever. Like I was at work the other day, and I just had this title, and then I started writing a story for the level best books,
nice.
for the new ones this year, from just the title I had, and boom, I was off and running, and I got half the story down that day, and I'm like, great, I can finish that this weekend, send that off, and that's number one. Do another one. It's when the urge takes me. It's not like depending on whether it's the time frame.
Yeah.
Now I have somewhat of a schedule. I'm trying to get stuff done in the morning so I have the afternoons free to be able to do that. And like I said, my to-do list is, so long.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, second spreadsheet there.
Oh my God, spreadsheets. Oh,
yeah.
I'm speaking
Well,
of,
that helps me keep track. And then I move
I
it
was
to the
gonna say,
done column over there. So it's like, okay, boom, boom, boom.
that's smart. I don't do that. And that's probably why I feel so inundated with things
You
a
can
lot.
feel overwhelmed, but
Yeah.
that's the thing,
And
right?
I will be taking today at 4 o'clock Eastern on the Guppies. I don't know if you saw Ellen Byron's doing a outlining class.
And that's the thing. When I went to Malice Domestic a couple of years ago, she was like the queen of the conference.
So
and her publisher dropped her. I'm
I
like,
know
are you insane?
she's Toastmaster this year at Malice.
Yeah,
think.
exactly.
Yeah. She is. I don't think we've never really spoken to each other. Like we do that.
She's nice. She's very nice.
So nice. I talked to her like on internet, but
Yeah.
like even at Malice, we do the, oh, hey, yeah, hi, like from across the room, like, oh, we know each other sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I talk about her all the time because her books, guys, her books are so funny. And she's a former scriptwriter for sitcom comedies. So, that's kind of baked into her writing. And so when I saw this class being taken, because I'm not an outliner, I don't think you're like when it hits you.
I wasn't used to, but I'm finding it really helps because I'm getting stuck out in the middle a lot. I get these great, starts out of the gate. And then I was like, okay, now how do I get the next 20,000 words and get to the, part 3?
Yeah. So what do they call it? The murky middle. That's I'm in
I
it.
call it the saggy middle.
I'm in it right now with book 4. Like I've done everything I've wanted except, unmask the murderer or criminal. But now I'm like, oh, what am I going to do for like 20,000 words in the middle
Yes,
of the
so.
book.
And
Like
people
I
go,
need
oh, does
more.
it get easier? And I'm like, no, it
No,
gets more familiar at
no,
points, never gets easier
no, I
because
can.
every book is different. I'm not doing
Yeah,
the same damn thing every time,
right.
like some writers have done with their continued series. It's always got to be new. And that's why it takes time in
No,
between them to make it new enough so that it's not just same old, same old.
regurgitated. And
You
I do.
bought that book.
Is it this one, the 87 ways to sell more books?
No, that was, I know somebody who helped out with that
I
book
don't know
because
who
she
you
had
could
such
possibly
good
be.
advice. You are a co-contributor.
I
So
did my first. I just noticed the one chapter because while I have read this, it's been a while. About blurbs, and I just did my first real blurb for a level best co-author. Like,
isn't that nice?
oh my god, I felt like it, but it feels like such an honor that I was like, I want to make sure it's right because
Yeah.
I want it to be something. Well, I did actually. I emailed her as right before I finished the book, and I was like, just so you know, this is the page number I'm on, and this was the face I made. And so just get ready for the blurb because it's coming. And she
Yeah.
was like, well, thank you for that. I was like,
And
no,
it's got to be a corker. Well, it is. I mean, when somebody puts your name on their book or they allow you to put their name on your book,
yep.
that is an honor. That
And
really
even
is.
if the blurb never goes anywhere, I mean,
Right.
that goes back to, well, that's a solicited compliment, but it's still as an author, if because I got a blurb from Julie Hendrickus for my first book, but my
Nice.
publisher was so weird that they didn't put it on there. So for me, it was kind of just okay, we have a book and somebody's read it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
The
going to go
first
out.
book is the learning experience right there.
Yeah,
That's your intro course.
exactly. And so I think sometimes, even if the blurb doesn't make it to the cover, I'm just, I think a lot of times I'm just grateful people want my opinion, first of
Right.
all.
And it's baked in.
Yeah.
It really is part of the DNA of
Yeah.
this whole process.
Because we're all in the same boat. I mean, we all have imposter syndrome, even after 38 books, I'm
I
sure.
don't know because I've also got 100 published stories. And the thing
That's
about
true.
imposter syndrome is I'm not good enough, but when a cash strapped editor gets 200 submissions and picks
It's you.
your story out to be in the 12 stories they publish, you know you got something going on
That's
and they
true.
pay you.
That's true.
You're like, okay, I'm not
You're
an
giving me money.
imposter. This is there. Yeah. And when the pros who don't have to be kind say, wow, I really like this, and
Yeah.
I'll put my name on it.
Yeah.
That really blows imposter syndrome out of the water. And
And
you shouldn't have that by now because you've
okay.
done it and you've proven yourself over and
No,
over again.
no.
So
We had this big discussion yesterday, my aunt and I, because I even have like at the eye doctor appointment, I'm always like anxious. I'm getting the answer wrong. Like, oh, is A or B
yeah,
clearer? And I'm
F,
like, I don't
Q,
know
X.
which one is clearer. I'm like, did I get the right one? So like, no matter what I do, I'm just filled with anxiety. But I'm also irrationally confident. So you have the two
A
sides.
writer has to be. I mean, you have to have that level of confidence. That's I watched a documentary on Judith Polgar, who was like the best woman chess player for 26 years. And she even finally beat the world champion, the best ever at that time.
Yeah.
But it took her, 10 tries because she had this image of him. But she would rip anybody else apart.
Yep.
But when she got to play him, she was like, I know, I just can't do this. I can't
Mm-hmm.
do this. And then she got a draw against him, which was a tie.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next time she goes out, she beats him. And I'm like,
He's
yes.
fallible. He's a human. And that's
It's
what you
about
learn.
your frame of mind.
But to bring this back to our beginning conversation, that's how it is when you're a new author. You're coming into these spaces and you're like, oh my God, Hank Phillippe Ryan, she's so great. She's so
Right.
awesome. And like, she's so successful. I'm never going to be that. And then you realize, oh, they were I mean, she had other doors open for her other career,
right.
But they're also human. They probably also grapple with some of these ideas. Now, granted, there's some of them who are delusional, but Hank is not one of them.
No. But we have a list of names that we can give you privately.
That's a secret. That's a secret list. Come to my special.
Right. We do not disparage other writers too in public because that's not nice.
I mean, I'm on Threads and there's a lot of book talk threads and there's a lot of book drama through book talk. And it's like, guys, I don't know why we have to compete.
Flag other authors. Yeah.
Right. Because you write very different books than what I write. So why am I going to denigrate your work. It's not my work.
And
Maybe
I
I don't.
compare the writing community. What we're doing is it's like baseball. So you're a minor league player, and you step up, and Derek Jeter hands you a bat and goes, "Hey kid, it's the All-Star game. Get in
Yeah.
there and take some swings." And you're like, "What?" And
Yeah.
you get to do that, and you get to talk with the best pros in the business on a level as a peer.
Yep.
What else can you do that in?
Oh my
Some
God.
musicians maybe aren't, but wow, to be able to do this, we go to the conferences and we sit down and we talk to these people
Right.
one on one, and they're treating us like an equal. And I'm like, there's nothing better in the world.
I just
I
remember,
look up to these people, and wow,
right.
now they're my friend.
Like at one of the Malices, I think it was Anne Cleves. And I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, she's another nice person.
and
They're so
again,
nice.
so nice. Like you would expect some of these people, and I use Hank as an example because she's very
Right.
intimidating.
Well, Hank is a robot. That's why I've accused her of this before,
Yeah.
because she's always perfectly dressed.
Go,
She's
go, go.
perfectly coiffed.
7 inch
She's
heels.
always ready to be on camera. She's always nice to everybody. I have never heard her say a bad word about
No.
anybody. And I
And
go, that's not human. She has
no.
a job. She puts out these books, and she's at every damn writing event across the country every single
And
day.
I say that all the time. I'm like, she, out of everybody I've ever talked to, would legit have a reason to be like, I don't want to talk to people, but she's never like that. And a lot of, and I want to say, yes, there are bad apples. There's bad apples everywhere.
And I'm sure she's encountered them, but wow, you wouldn't know it from her.
No, and even then, even if I think when I see her, she's always like, "How are you? Oh my God, best friend." I'm like, "You don't, we're not, you don't know me that well. Like, I don't." But she makes you feel like you're part of that community, and we
Yeah.
are, and we're part of that community. Now, maybe it's a little different because I'm, president of Sisters in Crime New England. But
Nice. Yeah, when I was starting out, I'm at one of her talks, and she goes, "So what are you working on?"
yep.
And
Oh my God,
genuinely acting
every
like she's
time.
interested. And I was like, "What?
Yeah, books. Do I write books? I've never
What?"
written books in my life. What? That's the other hard part, guys. Always make sure you have your elevator pitch because
Yep.
you
I
have,
hone that, and
yeah,
you could give me LSD and drop me someplace, and I'd be able to do a talk.
take me out to a murder where Madeline strike out trying to find the killer. Oh, every time. It's just
Bang.
time. You have it probably a lot harder because you have to remember 38 books and over
But
100
I don't.
stories.
But I go scary books and murderous crooks,
And
and
that
people sit back and go,
tag.
"Okay, I got
Yep.
it. I got it."
It sort of looks every time you move, it sort of looks like an alien speaking over your shoulder.
Well, I
Your
am
chair.
actually, yeah.
We did have a big discussion before we hit record about how Dale is in space, and which makes me
It's the
think because
planet Xantar.
I just watched the Muppet Show, the new one, the episode, and all I could think about was pigs in space. And now that you
Pigs
have
in
the space behind
space.
you, that's all I can think about is Miss Piggy in space.
Well, I was
And
trying to figure out, what's the background. I need the book background and all that stuff. And it's like, and I found this. I'm like, okay, that'll do
space.
for now
And
until we.
sometimes we all want to go away. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm starting to build Legos, so I have Legos now behind me.
Yes, but you also have your books, and I always look for the titles and go, okay, got that one. Got
I
that
know.
one.
I do that too. All my baseball books are. I'm so bad at this right here. I got to fix my bookmark garland though. That's falling down. But again, I'm lazy and I'm reading a book and I want to finish it. So it's like I don't have time for this today.
Yeah.
And then we got to get ready for the Super Bowl tomorrow for all those in New England. I'm going to get this out this weekend before the Super Bowl. So you know what? Let's go balls to the wall. Do you got a prediction for tomorrow night?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And on record, because this will come back to haunt you. No,
it doesn't.
Tens of listeners.
Because we practice killing people for a hobby and getting away with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think all the mystery writers are nice to each other and people tread very carefully around them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know a few of the death examiners in New England, and they've told me how to kill somebody so that even they can't figure out the cause of death.
And also, we're doing an event. Well, it's scheduled for the weekend of Malice right now. So I'm going to work with my programming team to try to move it. To do Professor Jabor at Curry College does like crime scene investigations. Has like nice. A setup in Milton, Mass, and we're going to try to do an in-person event so we can learn how to commit a crime.
Right. And we've had Jeff Simon before, and he's great. And he taught us the Locard's principle of you always carry something into a crime scene, and you always lead with part of the evidence as
Correct.
well, and learned so much from him, from his talks.
Yep. That's the other thing. Always keep learning. Always be learning. ABL. That's going to be my new
Oh,
tag.
this, I'm trying to learn so much this year and then I want to learn script writing. I want to write a play. I want to do a TV teleplay, as well as the online courses and all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I'm working harder and more than ever.
For script writing, you should talk to Jewel Selbo. I know you know her. Yeah, she does a lot of scripts. She does a couple plays too. I think she's had up in Maine. So definitely chat with her.
Excellent.
Yeah, she's great. And also I know she's relatively local. So that's always nice. Yeah. So anyway, before we have about 10 minutes left. So I want to make sure first your prediction for tomorrow's Super Bowl.
Patriots win by a very narrow margin.
Ooh. Will Bad Bunny cause the world to explode?
I love Bad Bunny because he's throwing it right in their teeth. You absolute racist sons of... Kid Rock isn't even American to us, and he's talking about, sex with children, and you think that's America? No.
All I know
Bad Bunny is an American citizen, okay?
All I know is I speak no Spanish, but every time a Bad Bunny song comes on, my ass is up and I'm dancing because
he was brilliant on Saturday Night Live.
Yes,
and he's a funny Train.
And we're gonna get Cardi B, which is pretty awesome. I think she's gonna come out because Steph Diggs is playing.
Yeah, not Nicki Minaj. Yeah,
no, she's not part of it. So you're Patriots by a narrow margin. I'm also Patriots, and I want to be like a ball.
I want to blow out, but I'm not gonna ask that.
But I think with the last couple games, I'm going to say it's close, but I'm going to say they're winning the whole time. I
never relax until they're 3+ scores ahead.
Correct.
Because I know how things can change.
Because we saw the
game with the Atlanta Falcons.
Correct.
We know how things can change.
I mean, for real time talk, the Celtics were down by like 25 last night. And
they did win?
They won.
I put the game on and they were like 20 points down.
2 points.
Like,
2 points.
They've done that. They did that recently too.
They did it with and then they blew out the Rockets playing with their G Leaguers. Like,
yeah,
the Celtics are blowing my mind.
A team that's got 10 starters.
Yeah, I can't. It's like they're blowing my mind, and I'm obsessed. But before we go, because I do want to make sure, do you have books that you've read recently or that you want to recommend? I know we've talked before about some of the books you've recommended, including one that I've posted here.
I do know because I recently saw another documentary, and it's about, are we living in a simulation, a hologram universe, parallel world, something like that? And they started talking about Philip K. Dick, and they showed one of his talks in France. And I was like, I'm going back. So I've just ordered like 4 or 5 Philip K. Dick books, and I'm going to go through his exegesis and find out where he's coming from. Because he was brilliant, but also tortured and paranoid. And yes, but he also was working out his demons book by book. And I go, yes, that's what it's all about.
Yep. That's exactly why we write, right?
I always say writing is the cheapest therapy there is, folks.
100%.
I mean, all you need is a pen and a sheet of paper or whatever, and you can do your own therapy.
Yep, and that's why I keep adopting cats, because they're my therapists. That's why I keep just letting them come to me. I'm
These are my emotional support cats.
I mean, they're sleeping. I don't care. I'm still talking to them, and I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing here?
Hey, some people talk to plants. I mean, at least these are living things.
That's true. That's what I always say. Although right now they're all, I don't know if they're living. They're all sleeping.
So if you need a cat sitter, my daughter is the cat whisperer. So
okay, I do
like Muffin doesn't come out for anybody. Muffin just stays under the bed. Bridget walks in the room like, I love you.
My pet sitter fostered Captain, and Captain won't come out for her when she comes out. I'm like, Captain, that's your real mom. That's like your first mother. And she's like, no. She's like, is Captain okay? And so I go, this was I think it was at Last Malice. I was like, or no, she wasn't in the house in Mal. Yeah, she was. Maybe she, whatever. But whatever the last conference I went to, and she was like, I went into the cameras and I took a screenshot. I'm like, proof of life. The cat's alive. I didn't kill the cat. Like the cat, I saved the cat. Wink, wink.
Well, Bridget forms a psychic bond with him.
Yeah,
it's like it's.
I need
it's
that.
Scary,
I try that with mine, and they don't. They're like, we don't want to be in your head, Mom. You're a little bit cuckoo.
That's because you're a writer, and no, they do not want to be there.
Sure.
We have all these other conversations. They don't need to be part of that.
Where can people find you other than?
I'm in bookstores, also New England. I am online. Besides the Big River place, my ebooks are in 24 ebook distributors. I'm on Barnes and Noble site. You can always ask a bookstore and indie bookstore of, hey, could you get this in? I'm in libraries all through New England. I've got ebooks, I've got audiobooks. So I'm on, Audible.
If you can't find them, that's a you problem, guys.
It really kind of is. If you search Dale T. Phillips, not just Dale Phillips, because
not
every
the
other one in the
cricketer,
world comes up.
not
Dale
the
T.
cricketer,
Phillips. I got
not
6
the
pages on Google.
YouTuber.
I got the first 6 pages.
Good.
You'll find me.
Good.
And I got a YouTube channel with over a dozen interviews on it too. So yeah, if you put this one out, I can add that one on.
It will be on there. It'll be on there probably tomorrow because I feel like I'm falling asleep while I'm talking, not because of you, just like the heat in the house and
I get that a lot. No,
I know. It's because your space is making me sleepy.
I grab them by the lapels and we'll
it's because it's the night.
This is what you got to do. You got to read more. You got to support writers more.
100%.
Not just me, but all writers.
And also, are you still doing the Tewksbury Writers Group?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, they're trimming back because they said, we only had 43 at the last one. I'm like, really?
Only 40. That's amazing.
It's like Ellen Byron with her publisher. It's like, what? This isn't enough?
That's not enough. That's like, God, we had 21 at our last Sisters in Crime, and we're like, that's pretty
week and a half. We got James Patrick Kelly coming on, who is a top level science fiction writer, has been for the longest time. He's going to be terrific, and we got to get people tuning into that one.
So check the link.
Tewksbury Library. Just go into that, look for events, and you'll find it.
I'll try to put the Tewksbury. I will put it in the description.
Excellent. That is,
you can just go right there
on the 24th, the Tuesday.
Okay, we got 2 weeks ish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 weeks from Tuesday.
Surprise! Yep. Surprise! 2 weeks. All right. Well, thank you again for returning and joining. And maybe when you get your after your first Cape Cod Writers Fest or your second foray. Yep. Maybe you can come back and we could talk about that, about education.
Oh, excellent. Well, I love them. They're so nice and they do so much for the community of writers on the Cape. And they help. And again, as you know, that leads to success. You come and you learn, you talk to the others, and you figure out what you need to do, and then you do it. And you are one of the great success stories.
And you find your people. Like, honestly, that's it's hard to make friends as an adult. But when you find your people that know what you're talking about and know what you like, it's amazing. And now I'm going to cry.
You know Alyssa Metcalf from that.
I love Alyssa Metcalf.
Yeah, and now she had the nascent part of that book back when I was there at Cape Cod last time. And now that book is out, and I think she's well into her second, if that's not already out. And bang, that's exactly what it is, what we talk about, how to do it right. She also has and grow and keep writing.
She also has great animals on Facebook that you can see her pictures of. But thank you again, Dale.
Thank you so much.
Go Pats.
Go Pats. And then Red Sox after that in a few weeks.
Correct. We'll see, we're on the record with our Super Bowl predictions. So by the time you listen to this, the Super Bowl will have happened. So if our predictions are right, yay. If our predictions are wrong, there's always next year. And then it's baseball season because pitchers and catchers report this week. So enough about that. I'm out of breath because I just ran to get the books that I want to talk about for my book recommendations. I just finished Temple of Swoon by Joe Segura. They wrote, what was the one they just wrote? Oh my gosh. Oh crap. Raiders of the Lost Heart. So for those that know, I love Indiana Jones. And it's a romance, but it's also a mystery, but it's also an archaeological, you know what I mean? So this is the second book. It's tangentially related to the characters from the previous, but it's a new archaeologist and a new sexy man. Really enjoyed it. Highly recommend. I'm also reading another book from the library. I don't know if I talked about this, A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. It's a sequel. It's a little hard to get into, but once you start getting through the chapters, some of the world building's a little hard, but Nick DeSangro, friend, former coworker, said it's a great sequel. So I'm muddling my way through that one. I'm hoping to get this one done this week because I have another book to pick up at the library, which is Annalise Ryan's cryptozoological thrillers out in Michigan. I think it's called Murder in the Moonlight, but I could be wrong. And the other one I'm reading, I call this my bathtub book because sometimes you just need a book for the bathtub. It's The Princess Knight by Kate Jacobs. I don't know anything about this, but I'm pretty, kind of far into it. And it's very much my vibe. A princess goes to become a warrior because she thinks she needs to do it to save her crown. And it's enjoyable so far. So I know nothing if there's any drama behind, but she is a book talker. I don't know about it. So you can educate me. It's fine. Good to know. Another thing I'll reject, I did talk about this a lot. This was a book that Dale put out with lots of input from authors, including myself. And this is 87 Ways to Sell More Books. So you can get that on Amazon, I believe, and wherever. If you see him at his farmer's market or his craft fairs, go see him, buy a book, support authors. I don't remember what I gave my advice of, but I did, trust me. What else can we talk about? So if you know, I adopted another cat after I lost Fern, little Cooper May Aslan. Cooper May I've decided I've adopted a bat because he only comes out at night, usually after about 6:30 p.m., which is when I start to go to bed and play my little computer games, read my little Kindle. And it was, he comes out, meows a lot. He's getting closer to coming on the bed with me. So I think we're getting somewhere. He interacts with the other cats, but they kind of still don't quite know because he looks like a little gremlin. He's adorable, but he looks like a little gremlin. So we'll see. My dad was here today. So the cats have been like disappeared. They don't like company. They don't like men. I don't know where they get it from. So I haven't seen them since somebody ate treats while I was gone. So we'll see what happens. I did buy his foster mom, Cooper May's foster mom, did tell me he likes laser toys. So I just bought a laser toy for him. In regards to things I have coming up, still no publishing news about the reissues, but I do have copies of the mass market size books if you're interested. I also have ebook copies available through my website, so you can go click that. On February 19th, I will be doing a mystery making at the Brockton Public Library. Guys, it's at 5 p.m. Y'all can come. You won't have to drive after dark. You won't have to drive if it's snowy. It's at the East Branch of the Brockton Library, and it's quite possibly the best event we ever do for Sisters in Crime. So check it out. We're also still getting a lot of stuff done for Sisters in Crime, so you might see some announcements on the website about that. And what else can I tell you? I think that's about it. Maybe in March doing some more stuff. April, I'll be at Malice Domestic as always, and then we'll be down in, I think that's the next conference, and then I don't have anything planned till Crime Bake, and hopefully by then, hopefully in September, you're going to start seeing events pop up when book 3 of the Ballpark Mysteries should be out. So on that note, go Patriots tonight, because I didn't put any money on it. I'm not a bettor because I'm also terrified of losing money because I'm a poor. And but go Patriots, win the Super Bowl, and happy